and drown millions of ships. You can't do either of those things. Say the wind. But the sun just smiles and shrugs. That doesn't mean you're more powerful. I can cover you with clouds so that no one can see you. You can't do that to me. Say the wind. But the sun just smiled for me. I still think that I'm stronger than you. The wind began to grumble. He didn't like the idea of the sun being stronger than him. Why don't he have a test? The wind finally suggested. He whipped around, looking for someone to show off his strength. Shall we see who can knock down those houses? Asked the wind. Let's just keep it simple. See that man over there? The wind looked down and saw a man walking down the road. He was whistling happily to himself. And he had a shawl thrown across his shoulders. Shall we see who can force him off the road first? Asked the wind. No, that will only hurt him. Let's just see who can take his shawl off. And then the wind whipped and shrugged around. He huffed and puffed and made the leaves on the tree shiver. The man frowned at the sky. He wrapped his shawl tightly around himself. Thunderclouds appeared in the sky, animals began running for shelter. The wind began to roar. The man wrapped his shawl even tightly around himself. Soon, the thunderclouds drifted away. The wind had blown himself out. I give up. I can't do it, panted the wind. So he curled up on top of the cloud to catch his breath. And then the sun set. Now it's my turn. Then the sun yawned lazily and stretched his rays. He seemed to grow brighter and bigger in the sky. Soon it was hot as a summer day. The man looked up at the sky and wiped his sweat off his forehead. What? It's becoming hot? What strange weather we're having today? He said to himself. And then he took his shawl off and tucked it under his arm. Looks like you win. The wind agreed cheerfully. He clapped his hands and made the leaves on the trees rustle. You don't have to knock a man down to take his shawl off, said the sun with a teasing smile. And then they laughed together and watched the man walking down the road again, whistling happily to himself. And that's all the story for me about the wind and the sun. And the moral value of the story is, don't be too proud of yourself, because above the sky, there is another sky. And that's all the story for me about the wind and the sun. I hope you enjoyed my story. Wassalamualaikum.